Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I'm going to be doing a versus video between the Under Armour Curry 6 and the Under Armour Curry 7. So the Curry 6 was coming in at 130 bucks, and the Curry 7 they raised the price $10 and it's 140 bucks. If you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box, but let's get it started off with the traction. So as far as the traction goes, the Curry 6 was incredible, guys. It was top tier last year. Incredible stop, never really picked up dust, had a nice little squeak to it, which I love, but obviously, as you guys know, durability was really bad. And you know, the outsole peeled off here, so that's why I actually didn't recommend the shoe very much in like the top list and stuff like that, even though I really like the shoe because of the durability. There was one colorway, like the orange and green one, where I think that one had a one-piece outsole, but I believe that was the only colorway that I saw that had the one-piece outsole. So the Curry 6, incredible performance for the outsole. And the same goes for the Curry 7. I would say the Curry 6 stops a little bit better, you know, has a little bit better of a stop, but the Curry 7 still has a nice little bite. It also really never picks up dust, you know, it always just had a very good bite. And when I did feel myself, you know, rarely slipping out, you know, because it was a dirty court, I just did a really slight, very easy wipe and I was good to go. So clean courts, really good, but the Curry 6 had a little bit better of a stop. For dusty courts, they're both really, really good. And durability, I would tie up the durability if it wasn't for, you know, this defect. So as far as the performance goes, I would say the Curry 6 wins just by a little bit because it stops just a tiny bit harder, but they're both really, really good. Moving on to the heel to toe transition, you know, Currys usually have very good heel to toe transition. You know, the Curry 6 has a really nice heel curve here, and then it's really easy to bend the forefoot, you know, and you have a nice curved shape here in the toe. Same thing with the Curry 6. The heel shape is incredible. I love this, and I feel like every shoe should have this type of shape here in the heel. So it just, you know, has this like rocking motion. It just helps transfer, you know, the movement from the heel to toe, and it just feels very fluid in both of the shoes. So there's that. As far as the cushion goes, you know, you have full length hover with the Curry 6, and you have a blend of hover and micro G with the Curry 7. Exactly the same, guys. The Curry 7, I felt like I felt something, but it was just the insole being nice. But once I, you know, like kept playing in it, the insole kind of bottomed out, and I really don't feel any type of compression or anything from the Curry 7. And same with the Curry 6. I would say they both feel really similar. There's really no heel compression. I mean, I would say there's just a tiny bit in both of the shoes where, like, I guess on the lateral side and the heel, you know, the Curry 6, it compresses just a little bit there, and same goes for the Curry 7. And then forefoot, nothing. Very low to the ground, which is great, you know, very responsive. There's no compression or softness or plushness throughout the entire cushion. So it's good if you want something responsive and you don't really want a lot of like lag in the cushion or anything like that. But you know, I like to feel a little bit of something, you know, especially since this is pretty low to the ground. But I would say the impact protection is pretty good for how low to the ground it is, even though, like, not saying the impact protection is good or anything, you know, if you're playing in these shoes for a while, your feet are probably going to feel it a little bit. But for how good the court feel is, I would say impact protection is pretty good. So cushion, just tie it up there. Moving on to the materials. So yeah, I would have to say the Curry 6 wins in this category. They're giving you a really nice quality knit in the Curry 6, and I love this stretchy tongue. You just stretch it out, you slide your foot in really easily, and it just stretches over your foot. It feels incredible. And I would say the Curry 6 is a little bit thinner, you know, and I like to have a really thin and minimal material, but to be honest, I just like the Curry 6. So materials, Curry 6 is way better. As far as the fit goes, the fit, you can go true to size for both of the shoes, but with the Curry 6, I went down half a size because I like to have a really, really snug fit, especially for knit materials. But if you don't like to have a really snug fit, then you should probably just go true to size. But other than that, if you went true to size, width-wise, they're both slightly narrow, and obviously once you break it in, the Curry 6 stretches out a little bit more because it is a knit material. This mesh material, it did stretch out for me as well, but not as much, I feel like. But as far as the fit goes, very, very similar. And moving on to the support and lockdown. Support and lockdown is also really good. You know, lateral containment. I felt my foot being held in both of the shoes. You know, it wasn't sliding out of the footbed or anything. And both low to the ground, cushions and very wide and very pointy outriggers in both of the shoes. So I tied up there. All right, as far as the weight goes, the Curry 7 is 11.85 and the Curry 6 is 10.86 ounces. So yeah, the Curry 6 is an ounce lighter. Does it feel lighter? Yes, it feels lighter and a little bit more minimal. The Curry 7 has a little bit more padding, you know. Curry shoes usually don't have a lot of padding, you know. Like in the ankle area, there's more padding. In the tongue, you know, the materials are a little bit thicker. So because of that, the Curry 6 feels a little bit lighter and more minimal. As far as the aesthetics go, I like both of them. You know, they're both really great looking shoes. I tie it up. Tell us what you guys think looks better down in the comment section below. As far as ventilation goes, I would say the Curry 6 is a little bit more ventilated. The material is a little bit thinner and it's a knit material, you know. It wicks away the moisture and it just feels a little bit cooler on foot. Durability, obviously the Curry 7 is gonna have to take the cake because it is defective. And also I feel like the mesh material that they're using and also like the blend of like synthetics and stuff like that makes the Curry 7 upper feel a little bit more durable. So there's that. Just for casual use, casually walking around, what's more comfortable? I pretty much tie it up. And maybe the Curry 6 feels a little bit better because the knit material feels more comfortable on foot, but you know, I say they're both okay for casual use. But wrapping things up, 130 bucks versus 140 bucks. Curry 6 versus the Curry 7. What do I like more? I like the Curry 6. And if the Curry 6 didn't have that defective outsole, this probably would have been in my top list and basically all lists for the entire year. But because of the defective outsole, I really didn't recommend it to you guys. But the performance is off the charts. The Curry 7 is really good still. You know, it's still a really good shoe, but the traction just feels a little bit better, you know, in the Curry 6. The cushion is exactly the same. I like the upper a little bit better in the Curry 6 as well. So because of that, I would recommend the Curry 6 over the Curry 7. But you know, if you happen to choose the Curry 7 because you don't want to have that problem with the defective outsole, then the Curry 7 is still a good option. So yeah, that's the versus video. If you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. Hope you guys found the video helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.